Hi everyone, my name is Isabel Vitale, and the article that I chose is called Multi-Generational Households Are Influencing North American Retail Trends. And this is an article from The Entrepreneur, written by Sharon Vendrine, who's founder and CEO of the company Parent Tested, Parent Approved. So what does it mean to be living in a multi-generational household? So this is a household that includes children or teens, middle-aged adults who are usually parents, and older adults who are usually grandparents. And a recent survey shows over 65 million Americans are living in a multi-generational home. So some notable differences between the generations: baby boomers, who are 55 years to 75 years old, tend to be frugal, value high morals, and equal opportunities, while Gen X, who's 39 years old to 54 years old, have strong work ethic and value pragmatism. And millennials, who are 23 years old to 38 years old, are tech savvy and value cultural diversity. So according to the article, what does this mean? Household figureheads are fluid, and moms may be relinquishing some of the shopping responsibility and therefore decision-making power. Parents are no longer the sole influencers of their children's future shopping behavior, and the kinds of products people buy for their homes will start to reflect the needs and interests of baby boomers through Generation Z, which is all of us. So now I'm going to take us through the model that we saw in the very first lecture, and then got more into in chapters 8 and 9 to really find out what drives each generation's consumer behaviors. So baby boomers. An external influence that affected what baby boomers view as needs or wants is that they grew up during World War II. During this time, resources were low, which means their perceived value of a dollar was much higher than other generations. This war could have also affected their attitude about how they view life, making them more appreciative of high morals and equal opportunities. Baby boomers' external and internal influences shaped the way that they distinguished between what they consider a need or a want. This group is less likely to spend on luxury items or convenient services. They don't view these things as needs, so their consumption will mostly consist of utilitarian items. So Generation X grew up under baby boomers, which means an external influence was, of course, the baby boomer generation. However, while Gen X observed baby boomers' frugal behavior, they never experienced a real situation that made them frugal. So this is a group of consumers that were provided for, creating a generation that wants and then receives. This influences how Gen X perceives work. While this generation values hard work and pragmatism, similar to their parent generation, they also have a more individualistic attitude, and this is shown in their appreciation for convenience. Generation X's internal and external influences have created a generation that views convenience as more of a need than a want. This group is willing to spend on services that their parents may not spend on because they view them as valuable while their parents don't. And millennials. A huge external influence that millennials have encountered is the internet and technology boom that's changed the US. Technology has made it easy to connect with people who are nothing alike, providing millennials a unique perspective based on accepting cultural differences and inclusivity. The millennials' perception of consumption is heavily influenced by a company's diversity and cause rather than utility, pragmatism, or convenience. This is a group that's needs and wants are distinguished through a cause-driven justification. Many millennials will choose one brand over another if they like the corporation's story, making the items from this company a need rather than a want. And so that brings us to Generation Z. And it's very clear that Generation Z has taken pieces from each generation that they're living with and used them to shape their own consumption habits. So Generation Z tends to be thrifty, which is definitely a baby boomer influence. Appreciation for purpose and convenience, because we do like everything delivered, which is definitely a Generation X influence. And we also value online accessibility. We don't like to do anything face-to-face. We want everything online right at our fingertips. And that's absolutely a millennial influence. So my discussion questions. Do you agree with the characteristics listed for your generation? If so, do you believe they were learned or innate, and why? If not, explain why. The three factors that affect our attention are stimulus, individual, and situational factors. Do you think that one of these factors is more influential than others? And do you think the generation you were born in would affect that? And lastly, do you think the generation you were born in affects what information makes it into your long-term memory and what gets discarded in the short-term memory? And then explain. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed, and I can't wait to see all of your videos.